Hello and welcome to Chill Phil Gaming, the gaming channel where we are exploring Universe Sandbox. We are in space and we're trying to calm down with some relaxing, chill music, some calming visuals, and we're trying to please our emotions and find a satisfying way to calm down and to relax. Hopefully this helps center you. And so we're trying something a little different. There's a lot of energetic gaming channels out there, but if you're looking for something a little more calm, a little more chill, and you like Universe Sandbox, that's what we're doing right now. We might do some more games in the future, but I hope you do come back. Subscribe, hit like, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, join me and my dog Hash Brown, who's sleeping in the background there, as we explore the stars, and we're gonna explode the moon from Earth's vantage point. We're gonna see what the simulation does first, and then we're gonna look at it from Earth. So let's get right into it, and here we go. All right, we are in the simulation, and so this is what the simulation does. We're just gonna show what it does. Immediately, the moon, boom, explodes, and all these particles all these fragments begin to circle Earth in its orbit, and Earth heats up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Earth. Universe Sandbox gives us very unique feature of seeing what something looks like from the surface. So we're gonna slow down time. This is going a little quick. We're gonna see what it looks like if this actually happened, if the moon exploded, and see what happened from the vantage point of somewhere on Earth. So let's start the simulation over and take a look. Okay, so we're gonna hit pause real fast here, and we're gonna slow down time, and we're going about a minute, half a minute per second. And we're gonna zoom in, pick different spots maybe, but let's zoom in to Earth here. If we click here, we hit C, then we can pick somewhere. We're on water right now. Let's pick on land here. Okay, come on, there we go. Here we go. Okay, now we're on land. We're looking up at the moon, where are you? There you are. That is a very close moon. And we are gonna hit play and see what this looks like. Okay, so it's gonna explode here real soon. Get ready. The moon just looks like it's setting, and then boom. And now we see an explosive moon. And that would be very frightening. What is happening? So the sky has lit up. Remember, it was dark. So the fiery moon has kind of lit up the sky a little bit. And we noticed that change. We're seeing the fragments come out. We've noticed that change. The moon is now red because it's hot. We've noticed that change. And we can click on the moon, I think. We're getting fragments here. Maybe it's just called fragments. The whole moon is a bunch of fragments. Oh, there we go, moon. And we're seeing the temperature rise. We're at 189 degrees Celsius here. We've noticed that change. And we're seeing, it's kind of getting dark again, it looks like. We're seeing the stars and everything's kind of falling back down. Oh, because we clicked the moon and we've kind of come off of Earth. And look inside the moon. There's, I don't know if this is glitching a little bit, but we're seeing everything. Oh yeah, we can fly in here. The moon is no longer one solid piece, it is a bunch of fragments. And so let's try to get back to Earth, okay? Here we go, back to Earth here. Let's click, right? This is about where we were last time, I think, on the land here. And now we see from the Earth's vantage point, things falling to the ground. This is at 6 seconds per second. So a little faster than, I guess, reality. If this were to happen, let's go into 1 second. This is what it would look like. But still, you couldn't run fast enough to run away from the destruction of what's to come. Oh, and I wanted to get near some water to see if we could see the water evaporate as the Earth heats up. So let's see if we can get on land near some water here. Okay, here we go. We're on land, we're near the water, and we're gonna see what we notice here. And as we do, the fragments are falling. It looks like they're falling to Earth, but they're actually falling to the orbit that's around Earth. And eventually everything's gonna kind of crash into Earth, and the Earth is gonna heat up. And we are seeing things happen. See water, oh, things are moving. Maybe there's some tide happening. And there goes the land. Goodbye. So I guess we're not evaporating. We're noticing that change here. And a lot of smoke. There's a lot of smoke. So this is interesting. Will the water recede eventually? Will it evaporate? Or are we seeing it just kind of cover now the land because of a tidal wave or something. And then if we keep going, are we gonna see the fragments appear on this side? Is it gonna come back around this side because it's in orbit with the Earth? And yes, we do, there we go. And let's slow it down just a little bit. We're heating up and things are getting displaced. The water, everything, land is changing. Let's zoom back in here. Oh, and then now we are hot. We are there is lava, there are things all over changing. Let's try from a different vantage point. Let's try from a different view of Earth. Or is there a place that hasn't been that affected yet? Let's look here. It kind of looks like that way. Let's go in here. We're seeing things. It looks like there's some land up here. Let's land on the land and look from here, okay? Not too affected at this point. I mean, it's affected. Let's get that clear. It is 1900 degrees Celsius. Life as we know it is no longer. And that's sad, that's sad. But man, does it look pretty. If we were in some sort of like spacesuit or something that could withstand the heat and we weren't hit by a boulder, this would look pretty cool from Earth. So, you know, enjoy it while you can because it ain't gonna last for long. Now we are 9 hours into the simulation and it looks like half of Earth is lava and the other half is water or land or not lava. We've noticed that change, so almost half. Can we find any more land? It looks like water. This is it, man. This is the last of the land. And we're gonna just wait out the end here. Destruction. We have found the last plot of land and we are going to watch it go away. It's either gonna become water or it's gonna become lava. I don't know what's gonna happen first, but we'll notice that. Let's see. We're speeding up time, kind of get through this. 17 hours. And apparently this one part of Earth can be saved, says Universe Sandbox. How accurate is that? Not very. But we're seeing some water come in. I think right here, we're losing some land. We're noticing that. And it's like we got a little sunrise happening here. And here comes some water. The land is going away. We're losing it. It was nice to know this land for a while, but everything is heating up. We're about a little over half of Earth has heated up 3 days in. We're gonna kick it up a notch here and boom. All of Earth has turned into, it looks like a star. I don't know. It's turned into a star or something. Let's restart the simulation and see what else we notice from a different vantage point. Okay, so hit pause here. Let's start on the moon. Let's read this. In this simulation, the moon circles the Earth on a very close orbit. 30 minutes into the simulation, the moon explodes, sending some fragments spiraling into the Earth's surface while others fly off into space. Okay, so let's look at this from the moon's perspective. So we're gonna land on the moon. You've never been on the moon until now. Congratulations. And we're gonna look back at our beautiful Earth. There we are. And little do they know what's about to happen. We're gonna slow down time, we're gonna unpause. We're 20 minutes into the simulation. It said we're at 30 minutes, a half an hour, that's when the explosion happens. So now we know when that happens. So as we get closer, we're gonna slow down a little bit more. We're at 27 minutes, 28 minutes, ready, 29 minutes, and get ready because the explosion's about to happen as we are at the moon. See, everything is white, it's bright. We're gonna see some fragments come off the moon's surface as we can see here. Things are beginning to separate, and let's look back this way too, okay? So, yeah, so there was an explosion. There was a bright light, an explosion, and now fragments are being lifted off the surface of the moon. That's a big guy right there, and that is kind of exciting to watch. And these things are gonna begin orbiting Earth, some of them falling into Earth, and some of them floating off into space. These fragments, the fragments of the moon isn't huge, no. I think I was told it was about the size of, I don't know. Google that. What is the moon about the size of? Like what continent? Is it Australia? Like maybe a state? Is it Texas? It's bigger than Texas is big, right? The moon's bigger than Texas, right? Nothing's bigger than Texas. People from Texas would tell you. Okay, so here we go. We are all fragments. I don't know if this would happen like this, but this is what's happening right now. And we are seeing some things happening with kind of a shock wave, it looks like down here, a couple shock waves, things falling into Earth, and Earth. That's rough. I'm sorry about you. So we've noticed that change. And what I'm talking about today, what I like is noticing changes. What sort of things do you notice? Kind of these ripples, maybe water, some explosion there. It's getting hot there. We're heating up. The Earth is heating up. The Earth, let's back out and let's see how hot this is saying the Earth is. I guess it probably gives an average temperature that's saying at 129 degrees Celsius, and we're heating up. And we've noticed that change. And we're noticing here's some more impact and this bright light, but there's no star in this simulation, right? The light is coming from the explosion, so we've noticed that. And we're noticing now some tidal waves. So if we go and click into Earth here, all the land's gonna go away because that tidal wave, but we don't see it really from this perspective. We saw it from up top, that there is probably a massive tidal wave coming in, and we're seeing some land being covered up by water. We're noticing that change. And so when we notice changes, it brings us back to reality of our current situation. I remember, this may make me look old, fine, let it. I remember the first time I saw a gray hair. I noticed that change, and it brought me to the reality of, hey, I'm aging. I'm getting older, and then I start to see some wrinkles. I got bags under my eyes. I got stuff like that. There are things that we notice, and because you look at yourself every day, almost every day, I hope, like if you do your hair, if you brush your teeth, and noticing changes allows us to come back to the reality of things. So if you begin to notice changes in your eating habits, the reality is maybe you're making good choices, maybe you're making bad choices. If you begin to notice change in, your body composition, in how things look or feel, how you feel on the inside, then you begin to notice those changes, and it brings you back to the reality of your current situation. I noticed that my resting heart rate, when I am in kind of a running season, training for a marathon or something, my resting heart rate is lower. I noticed that change. And it's a little higher right now. It's winter. I don't do great to run during the winter. I'm not great at that. And I've noticed that change. And so when we begin to notice changes, we begin to come back to the reality of our situation. And the reality of Earth's current situation is not good. It's bleak, because we notice a lot of changes of heating up, of fire, of water covering land, of cities going dark, losing power, as that's going to happen here as we speed up time. And just the whole Earth becoming, there goes the power. Even before the heat got there, we lost power. So the composition, things begin to change. And that is true with our own lives too. Noticing changes brings us back to our current realities. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Pretty simple, straightforward in this easy simulation. And we're gonna see things begin to circle around Earth until it becomes a star. And hey, you're a star. On that note, thanks for joining me. Again, my name is Phil. If you like this, if you find this interesting, or you find this helpful to your own life, I want to hear about it. Just come on back. Search Chill Phil Gaming, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you more in the future. Until then, keep it chill. Bye-bye.